Hi guys, Ray here from City Fan TV. Back again, guys. Back again, as I said I would. Just for a little live stream for you guys again. Oops, I've got a bit of a black mark over there. It's on that side. Oh, I don't know where that's come from. Yeah, my studio is not holding up well since I've been away, guys. Let's try and twist it. No, it's even worse. Let's twist it that way. It's not working so well. But anyway, guys, how you doing? Hope you guys are all right. Faris, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? I'm glad you're back. Yeah, I got to tell you, massive struggle with our man in Marseille. We were 6 or 7, 8 minutes into a stream, and then he was gone, and he was gone forever. So I lost the stream I was doing. So we had to start all over again. 5 minutes later, got him back. There's a big problem with the connection, but we got it. We got it in the bag. Really interesting to talk to him. Faris, I don't think they looked seriously. I think their issue was they said money. Excuse me. I don't think they could afford it. That's, trying to make ends meet. And I said, if I remember correctly what Pep said, we couldn't afford it, because we were looking at other positions. And it adds credence to what I said as well. I think they were, Faris, but we ended up spending a lot of money elsewhere. And maybe we couldn't get the ones we wanted. Oh, Faris, I have no doubt if COVID didn't happen, we'd have signed another player. Because, as I said, we're trying to make ends meet. Okay, we're trying to make sure that we break even or make a small profit. And because of COVID, we lost... I said we've lost £100 million. If there's no fans in the stadium this season, we will lose around £100 million because of COVID from last season and this season. And that's got to sting. It's got to hurt for a club that's trying to be self-sustaining. Hi, Mark. I'm not in France. I'm back in England for just over 2 weeks. So into my second week of self-isolation. We'll get on a couple of days, and then we're going back to France. Fans are not in the big in small games. You can go in. I know in League 2 or League 2, fans can go. I think it depends on the number of fans or the sizes of the ground or whatever. But it's something like Marseille. Marseille holds, if I remember correctly, 67,000 fans. They certainly can't go. Porto, they're supposed to be having fans back in Portugal, so they might have about 15,000 fans. And it is a bit difficult for us City fans and fans in England to accept that we can't have any fans in the stadium. It's really difficult to accept when you see, not even a few thousand, when you see fans going to watch matches in cinemas, when you see fans going to watch matches in the clubhouse or in the hospitality at a ground with the shutters pulled down over the windows. So the match is going on outside. You can't go out there and watch it, but you can sit inside and have hospitality, have a meal, and watch it on the big screen. It's absolutely ridiculous. Faris, do you think we'll be able to have Jesus or Aguero by the time we play Liverpool? Yes. From what Pep said, 7 to 10 days for Gabby. I don't expect Gabby to... Well, he's not going to be featured this week or this weekend. I don't want him to feature next week against... who will play next week? Olympiacos. Especially if we win tomorrow. If we win tomorrow against Marseille, then there's no way I want Gabby featuring, or certainly not starting against Olympiacos. Maybe come on at the end for 10 or 15 minutes just to get a few minutes into his legs. And then from the week after in the league, I expect Gabriel Jesus to be available. We'll have, by then, we'll have Laporte back. We'll have Nathan Aki back. I think we'll only have... Mendy out and Aguero out. And Aguero, we're looking at maybe 4 weeks. I think they said the best case scenario, 10 to 15 days. Worst case, 3 to 4 weeks. Hi, Adam. Hope you're well, mate. There's Adam and Adam C. Hope you guys are well. Does Stones deserve to start over Garcia despite him looking shaky when he plays? Personally, I'd rather have a shaky Stones who wants to fight for his place at the club than someone who wants to leave. Totally 100% agree with you, Adam C. I want somebody who wants to be here. Now, you could be a little bit cheeky and say Stones didn't leave in the summer. He was apparently offered that move to Spurs because he didn't want to uproot his family. He's a Barnsley lad. He played for Barnsley, South Yorkshire. He played for Everton on Merseyside, which is only about an hour and a half away. And he's played at Manchester City. So he's always been in the north. So he don't want to uproot his family, but still, I want Stones to play. You know, he has to get some game time. Even if he's not, even if we get another centre back next season and let him go, he should be playing. You know, remember Centurion season, he was our first choice. That was before we got. It was, you know, while Vincent was injured, we had Stones and Otamendi. Okay. In the formidable seasons, we started basically with Stones and Laporte. Stones was our number one going forwards. So he doesn't become rubbish overnight. He'll be back. I want it to be back. I want him to be back on form for us. Haj, when has Stones, I don't think Stones looked shaky. It's last season. Adam C's talking about last season. I think, Adam, I think there was something going on. I'm only guessing, you know, I'm only guessing that something was going on in the background in Stones' life and that we're not party to. So it's a real shame. I've got to say something. I've got to say this. I did that Riyad Mahrez video earlier on today. Now, you expect a little bit of flack, a little bit of stick from Algerian fans. It's par for the course. Okay, you get a couple of... But I've got to say some names. I'm going to give some names out. Okay, there's a guy called Tony. Tony came on. See, I've said I don't mind difference of opinions. I don't want people just to come on and be argumentative. Some people come on and they are argumentative for the sake of it. I mean, I say to the Algerian fans, try to be objective. Don't have your bias and accept what I'm saying. Most of them don't want to. There's a guy came on called Tony. He's banned because of what he's. You didn't see it, Faris. I won't repeat what he said. But the guy, he's another one of these YouTubers. His account has nothing in his account, so he's been banned for what the abuse he gave. Somebody else got banned. I forgot who that was. I'm just about to ban Lewis. I'm just about to ban this Lewis Yates, who always, for me, was on the edge of getting the kick up the backside that he deserved. Okay, always on the edge because he always felt argumentative, and once again, he's put something. I mean, actually, YouTube. I mean, basically, what he wrote was that bad. YouTube held it for review, and he's come on to slate me, talk on somebody else's point. Okay, someone said about Mahrez being a waste of money, and Lewis Yates has come on to abuse me. Quite disgusting, actually, but he'll be banned. I mean, you can actually go and see Lewis Yates. Lewis Yates _1021. He's actually got a channel. He's got some subscribers, and he's done some videos, which no one's really interested in his videos. I mean, look, you know, you can argue no one's interested in mine if I get a few hundred views, but, you know, in his 5 videos, he's got 42, 52, 55, 64 views in 5 videos. But and that's in the last 30 days in his lifetime. Wow. You know, I mean, look, people with bigger subscribers and more subscribers and more views than me will make fun of me. But come on, Lewis Yates. It's pretty poor, buddy. But no, he's another one that came on. We know, obviously, he's coming because he made comments about Man City Fan TV in his abuse of me. Pretty lame, pretty poor. I just think they're like kids. Really are like kids, what he said. But Lewis Yates is a guy who said, why are you having a pop at Mahrez? Now, this is somebody who's having a pop for the sake of it. Why don't you have a pop at... I remember he mentioned Aguero, Cancelo. Why don't you have a pop at Rodri? Why don't you have a pop at Walker? Who else? He went through about 7 or 8 players. Why don't you have a pop at Sterling? Why don't you have a pop at this guy and that guy? And that? Basically, half the team. 7 or 8 players, he said. And actually, my response was, if you're on the channel, you watch it, you listen to it, you'll know what my feelings are about Sterling's underperformance. 20 goals, 1 assist, not good enough, missing big, important goals. I've criticised him. I've criticised Laporte for his mistakes and saying he's not as good as City fans believe he is. They want him to be better than he actually is, because obviously we're City fans. I've criticised other players for their, work rates. Rodri for whatever. I praise some, I criticise others. But Lewis Yates, come on, mate. I know you might be listening to this, but you're getting banned, buddy. Okay? So Lewis Yates, you're getting banned basically for being an absolute donkey. Now, you might go and make up another channel and come back, but you're getting banned for being an absolute disgusting donkey. And I will just throw this out there. Hi, guys. Oh, no, don't worry, Adam C. Don't worry about it. But I'm just saying, the amount of abuse. The thing is, I take the abuse. I can throw something back, but don't go around abusing other people. Okay, and that's what they're doing. Unfortunately, what the other stuff they said, that was caught by YouTube's filter. We've got a Nightbot filter and a YouTube filter. I want some place to get rest. E.g. Rodri, Walker, Mara, Ready to Fitness. I just want to win. I want to win the game. I want to win the game tomorrow. Calispira, how you doing, Alexandros? I'm all right. I heard the news about a young kid. Yeah. I mean, that was going to be my top story, but sadly, I saw it go through on my timeline. And it was really, really sad. And I'll do the kid the honor, or not the honor, but the service of actually getting his Jeremy Whiston. I think it was how old? He was very young, Jeremy Whiston. And I'll talk about it. Jeremy Whiston. Now, apparently it's a suicide, 17 years old. It's really sad. It's really sad. Now, we don't know. I'm not going to put any conjecture out there. I don't know anything. I'll be honest, I don't know about the kid. And, I just saw it go through on the timeline. Now, it might, who knows if he was being rejected or whatever. We don't know what the circumstances are. And it's really difficult if you're in a bad place. All right, I'm reading it now from Adam C. Had a bad break with his girlfriend, I think, and had to have a tattoo removed of her, apparently. Yeah, Faris. Tony, he was quite abusive, Faris. I can't repeat what he called you, basically, but you got an idea, Faris, what those people are like. Well, let's put it this way. YouTube caught it on its review filter. So it has to have been a certain level of depravity or low, gutter talk to be caught by YouTube. So yeah, this kid, Jeremy, I'll get his name right. I don't want to, get it wrong. It's quite bad. Jeremy Whiston. And guys, look, if you, I'll put a link in afterwards in the description below to the Samaritans. But if you are, look, guys, and I don't know how old most of you are. Some of you young, some of you older. We all go through some bad times in our lives. We all go through it. And when we're in those low moments, sometimes you think there's no way out. Yeah? You think there's no way out when you're in those low moments. And I don't know how you get through them, but you get through them. And then life does, with the past, it's true. In the passage of time, things get better. When my father passed away, I mean, it was last week, 10 years ago, last week. That was a really, really tough time. When my father-in-law passed away, I think it was six or 7 years ago this month. That was a really, really tough time. We're very close. And you don't get over them fully, but obviously, a piece of you disappears as well. But when you're going through tough times, you do need to reach out to people. There are people out there who are willing to help, people who are willing to talk and listen. And sometimes, sometimes if it's all you want is someone to speak to, and I'll repeat, it's one of the reasons I am trying my best to keep these live streams going is, especially in the early days, I used to get we used to have a lot of people watching, hundreds of people watching. And I used to get emails from all over the world. I remember this kid in Australia emailing me, talking of his admiration. And other people saying it helps their state of mental health to watch my live streams. And it's like, wow, okay. And I've always tried to keep doing them, and I will keep doing them as long as I have some enjoyment from it as well. But there is that, I really feel a sense of responsibility, because mental health issues is something I work really hard on. And some of the guys who've been with me, this channel from the start, know that I've worked in special needs schools. I've volunteered in special needs schools. I probably did about 10 days last year in special needs schools. I've done sessions, voluntary, my own workshops in special needs schools. I've been others where I've been paid, but mostly last year it was a lot of special needs schools, and that's the kind of thing I like. I like working with people who I say sometimes society ignores. Okay, kids who are violent. Okay, I like that. I like. It's a challenge as well. It's a difficult challenge with kids who are bigger than you, and could probably snap you in half, and are very violent as well and abusive. But for me, to work with them, to get through to them, even for a half an hour or a few minutes, to get through to them, and to get them to work with you and calm down. I can't describe those feelings that you get. One of the first shows I did with a mate of mine about 4 years ago in France, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and it was a bubble show. I went into the crowd, and basically this was a charity, battered wives charity. So you got a lot of kids without fathers, and the mothers were there, and a lot of the people who supported the charity were elderly. So you had a weird mix in the audience of elderly people, battered wives, and kids. And I went into the crowd with this. I made a bubble cube, so I went into the crowd, and the feeling was electric. The people were really crazy, having a great time, and amazed by what I'd done. And I told my mate, I said, "You've got to do it. You've got to get into the crowd, because it was. I can't describe it, and it's working with people like that that gives me pleasure and that keeps me going. Okay, working with people who are disadvantaged in some way. And as I said, this year I was doing a lot of sessions this year, going around Lancashire, Greater Manchester, doing bubble workshops for mental health. We're inviting people to come along, to take part, just to chat, to meet up, socialize, and take part, even just to watch what I'm doing, or sometimes to take part in what I'm doing. Very, very popular. Even in January and February time, schools would come in, asking, "Can you?" I tell them the time I'm going. They say, "Can you come a little bit earlier, because we need to leave." And so all this sort of thing, guys. If you're going through a tough time, please, there's always someone to talk to. Find the right person, whether it's family or friends or even a stranger. Even a stranger. I always say to people, if you want to chat with me, for whatever good I can do, chat with me. But don't keep things, inside, and don't do something like, harming yourself or something like that. So, please, guys, there's always time is a healer. Time is a healer. Let's move on, guys. Thanks, Theo. Don't let them get to you. Don't worry about it, Adam. Yeah, that's it. I have to call them out because they're banned. So I have to let people know who they were in case they do come across them on YouTube. Certainly couldn't finish your seventh sentence. Yeah, Danny, to I mean, nice to have you in the house, 17 years old. If Taurus doesn't start, says Ikram, change my username. Well, you might be changing your username, Ikram. Oh, sorry, Adam. Okay, I knew there's a relationship issue with Adam with Stones. Okay, I don't know what happened with the kid. Hi, Shazeb. I've been through a moment in my life wanting to take my life, but I was able to get the mental support to get me through it 2 years ago. Look, mate, Everybody goes through low points in their life. People see me, generally I'm a joker. I'm a big kid, always wanting to laugh and a joke and messing about, loving my music and me dancing and sports and all that. But even people who are happy on the outside, sometimes everybody goes through tough times, whether it's relationship problems, whether it's your kid causing you trouble and you have to go sort that out, whether it's bereavement. We all go through these ups and downs in life, losing jobs. I mean, that can be a real bummer, being at a low ebb. I mean, I've not, because of what happened with COVID, my business, all the work I had for this year is gone. Every single piece of work I had booked for this year is gone. Now, I might get a couple of jobs in December in France, but we don't even know if that's going to happen. So I'm going to have to do some different stuff now because, we were hoping it'd be sorted. Originally, I was hoping it'd be sorted by now and I'd still have my work in November and December and recover some of the year. But it's not happening. But you can't let it get you down. And if it does, seek professional help. Rodri has been poor, doesn't get enough effort, doesn't give enough effort, says Jazab. I agree. I hope you guys beat Marseille because we don't like Payet. Well, Payet is not fit. I've been speaking to a French guy from Marseille, big Marseille fan, who actually goes to games. It's nice to go to games. So he said Payet's not fit. 1 game loan for Antonio. Hi, Soren. Hope you're well. If West Ham perform against like Liverpool, like they did against us, they could win. I don't think they can win for it, but I'd take a draw now. Can I ask you as my Adam? Honestly, guys, you can ask me almost anything. Almost anything, guys. Okay, you can. Ruth, hi, how you doing, Ruth? Give us your starting 11, Ruth. That's what we're here for. I'm going to go at 9:30, guys, in 6 minutes' time, because I've got Patrick on. Got Patrick on tonight. I might make him wait a couple of minutes, but I've got Patrick on. I'm going to have a chat with Patrick. I put a tweet out and said, does anybody want to talk about, give a whole load of subjects. And Patrick said, yep, I want to talk about something. So we're going to chat with Patrick. So Ruth, what's your starting 11 for tomorrow? And thanks, Carl. Adam C, ask me a question. You can email me. All I've got is 52 and a half years of living. I can talk about my experiences. I can talk about what you should do. I'm not always going to get it right. I never do. Okay, I'll do Ruth's 11 first, Adam, and then I'll come to you. Okay. Edison, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Cancelo. So you're having 4 at the back, I guess. Gundogan, I like that. Ford and KDB, Sterling, Torres, Mahrez, or Bernardo. I like it. Excuse me, I'd go for Bernardo, not Mahrez. I think Mahrez needs a spell on the sidelines. So we're having 4 at the back: Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Cancelo, Gundogan as the holding midfielder. That won't happen because you know what Pep is like. And then we've got Ford and KDB in front of Gundogan, Sterling, Torres, I'll take Bernardo. Adam, so what are you thinking about what to do after college? I really like the idea of teaching, but one concern is the wage. What I'm asking at is, do the wages really matter, and should I judge my future on wages? Okay, teaching. I actually have looked into that three times in my life. 3 times. Once, when back in just after the year 2000, I had a place to go back and do teacher training because I'd been working as an accountant. That was pretty boring. I had my own business, but there's a financial crash, and I had a financial services business. I was a recruitment company supplying accountants and tax advisors because that was my background. And it really crashed. And so I said, what can I do? Yeah, we didn't know when it's going to turn around. So I said, I'll go back to university, do a teacher training and become a teacher. It's a good profession. And I think overall I would have enjoyed it. If you've got the commitment and everything else, you can have a really good time. So but I didn't do it because I set up a business at the same time. So whilst I was waiting for September, October time, I started a business in March. Business did really well. And I carried on with the business. That's where I made my money. But money, I always say this, money doesn't necessarily make you happy. You got to be doing something that you enjoy. Now, some people will work in a job they don't like because it gets them good money. Fair dues to them. But that bores me. I like, it doesn't have to be exciting. It has to be different. So I don't think it's all about money, Adam. It's not all about money. It's about whether you think you'll get some job satisfaction out of it. And I know people I went to university with, they're teachers now. They're earning good money. They're going to have a good pension. They're earning decent money if you get through the system. You get to like a head of a department or or a deputy head or a headmaster. The money can be very, very good if that's what if that's an issue. But I always try and say now, you've got to do something that you're passionate about, something that you enjoy. Because if you like something, you're more likely to enjoy the job. I don't know if I even want to watch tomorrow's game. I have to watch it. I'm going to try and do a live watch along tomorrow, guys. Shazib, you watched my stream against Leon? Oh, was I doing a stream? I must have been depressed, Shazib, for that one. Rutius, Foden and Torres. I would put Foden on the wing and Bernardo in the middle. I would just have a false 9 again. I don't see an issue with that, as long as you have the right personnel. Maybe even start Cancelo on the right and play Zinchenko. No Zinchenko for me. Honestly, Faris, do you think Zinchenko is one of our best 11 players? I can't see that. Ikram's Edison, Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Zinchenko, KDB, Gundogan, Silva, Sterling, Torres, Foden. Oh, you going with you going with resting Walker? Oh, it's fair enough. But you're leaving Laporte out, even though he looks like he's fit. I still believe we can win the league. We can win the league. We're not that far off, but we just got to. But we got to improve. I lost a friend with suicide, and every time I hear that kind of stuff, I'm freaking out. Especially when I hear about young kids suicide. We have to talk. That's right, Alexander. We have to talk. We have to talk. Ruth says Laporte or Stones. Foden and Torres did brilliant when they came on. I would have Torres middle. He has proven he can play there, and his early career selling on the right. Look. Against Porto, Sterling and Foden and Torres came on and did well. Foden obviously came on and scored against West Ham. And he did well. He looked lively. Was is going for Edison, Cancelo, Stones, Laporte, Zinchenko, Silva, Roderick, KDB, Torres, Foden. So a lot of people are leaving out Walker. Torres and Foden to start, says Ruth. Rodri needs a rest. Rodri needs a long rest. Torres and Foden has to happen, says Ikram. Kyle needs a rest, says Wasser. Yes to Torres and Foden. People seem to all want this. That being said, Pep will likely do the opposite. I'm in year 10 doing Hafiz as well. You guys, I said to my kids don't listen to me, okay? It's an easy thing to say. It's hard to do. I said to my kids, it is about working hard. That's why my kids I tell them to do as much extracurricular stuff as possible. Now, they don't play as much sport as I'd like, but I say do as many activities as possible. My kids go to do badminton and tennis, okay? I said, I don't care if you're no good. Play them, enjoy them, do your best. So they do badminton and tennis. They do music, So my little one plays the harp. He plays the drums. And he plays 3 instruments. My eldest, he plays 3 instruments as well. And they do art classes. They do theatre. They just started going to theatre class. And there'll be another class somewhere. There's one more. I can't remember now what else they do. But do as many activities as possible. Keep yourself. And I always say, if you keep yourself busy, you'll keep yourself interested, and you might avoid going into some tough times. Rodri Walker should start, says Ikram. If they're fit, they've got to start. You're majoring in accounting, you're killing me. Wassa, I was an accountant. Actually, I was going through some papers yesterday or day before, and I find my fellowship. Once you've been qualified for 10 years, you get your fellowship. So I got my fellowship. So I find that paperwork. But it's not. Look, I say you got to enjoy what you're doing. You got to enjoy what you're doing. Rodri Maris, Teresa's, Ruth, cheers, we appreciate that. No worries, Adam. Follow your heart, follow your dreams, be happy. Try and be happy, because with the less money, if you're happy, I think that's better than with a little bit more money and being unhappy. I really don't want to see a double pivot. Absolutely, JRX. I think you're going to be disappointed tomorrow. Akka will be back at the weekend. Good. She said, you change your name, just realised. Without a doubt, we can win the league, says Faris. Edison, Cancelo, Stones, Laporte, Zinchenko, Gundogan, Foden, KDB, Sterling, Bernardo, Torres, for tomorrow, says Haj. Wasn't you GSG? Absolutely. If we win the game in hand, we'll be 2 points off the top. Every team in the league has lost a game this season. Every team is tied. Could you do a stream with Ian Cheeseman? The sad thing is, Shazib, we were going to do something. Ian and me, we were going to do an interview several months ago. I don't think we'll do a stream, Faris, but we were going to do, I should say, we were going to do, I was going to interview him. And then we went into longer restrictions. Then I think it was in July, then we went to France. Lots of things happened. And then Ian's father passed away. So I let that one go. I might interview him again, but sadly, Ian's father passing away, it's kind of changed my feelings towards the interview. Things like this take the wind out of your sails at times. I'm majoring in industrial engineering. Wow, Faris, I did mathematical sciences with industrial management. It's a mouthful. Can't wait to see Pep play a double pivot with Sterling at false nine and Torres on the bench. It's coming, lads. Brace yourselves. Faris, for me, it would be Cancelo, Diaz, Laporte, Zinchenko, Rodri, Gundo, KDB, Sterling, Foden, Torres. That's my prediction. Guys, I'm going to knock it on the head, guys, because to be honest, I've been on since 7 o'clock. I've been working, and I've got another quick stream to do, and then it's get ready for bed. No rest for the wicked. Guys, thanks for coming on tonight. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. And as I said, if you've got any problems in life, talk to people. Talk to people. It doesn't have to be me. Talk to the Samaritans. Talk to, if you go to church, talk to your priest or something. Talk to people. There are people who are willing to listen and sometimes give some good advice, but listen, get involved, do stuff, keep doing stuff, guys. Keep busy. That's how I get through life. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. See you tomorrow.